Shalom, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations to your sincere Akim out there pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth. All right, and I just want to say a couple of words on the polite situation. All right, because the same shit that he tried to accuse us and tried to frame us of doing in the black conscious community, all you weirdo, soothsayer men and women, I'm going to put it nicely. I'm not going to call you what you really are, but you know what you are. You know, the shit that they try to frame us and the shit that they gave him donations to do and hyped him up to do, it all came to naught. All right, it all came to naught, as we knew it would from the beginning, but it was just interesting to see how it played out. All right, because I can remember, Polite going up to the main camp and dealing with the elders, and then later on, them backtracking and trying to, go behind their back type of thing. All these guys are doing this and rapists, and we got the Clips, the Bloods, and all this goofy shit. All right, and the whole time you were plotting on doing the stuff that you accused us of doing. And the Lord saw your ass. And this is a testimony basically because this is the exact same style that Esau is going to come when he comes down upon us. But the scriptures say what? So they can do nothing but against the truth, but for it. Matter of fact, let me get that. Because that's the time that we're coming. Where they're about to speak against us. They're about to, try to condemn us. At the end of the day, brothers, don't worry about that. Because the things we're speaking are true. And they're speaking and not lying. And they're mad about it. And this is, Polite, yeah. He had the spirit of Esau from the beginning. 2 Corinthians 13. That's not the one I wanted though. Yeah, Acts 5 and 39. 5 and 38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel of this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it, lest haply ye be found even to fight against the Most High. So you can't overthrow this word. You can't overthrow us speaking. You can't overthrow this counsel. There's nothing that they could do against this word going out, all right, to the four corners of the earth. What's that? Revelation 14. There's nothing you could do. You can set up channels. You can set up networks, and have people put stupid for years. All right, now because of COVID and everything happening, all the scoffers they done left. They've been proven wrongs. Hundreds of times over. But at the time that it happened, you had all those people scoffing, jumping on YouTube, jumping in the comics section, all right, jumping out the window, asking stupid questions, playing games. And this is all through the will and power of the Lord, because the Lord said he was going to give us a mouth that our enemies could not gainsay. There's nothing they can say. They can't show that we have violated the law. They can't show that that we were wrong. All proof and evidence goes back to the truth at the end of the day. And I remember, and I was going to bring this out, Isaiah 19, because they tried to play this like, oh, see, Egypt is so great in Egypt. And you look at, because hip hop, man, basically is laced full of Egyptian, of Negroes and an Egyptian mindset. All right, Africa Bambaataa. We're doing 50 years of hip hop, and nobody want to bring his name up. That's one of the forefathers of hip hop, right? You see the energy behind him, and they're trying to pretend like he don't exist. Yeah, he exists, and all of y'all were doing business with him, and all of you Negroes who, I'm the Pharaoh, I'm the, all of you got a lot of Jake who study and who follow Egypt, who are in the shadow of Egypt, proving that this is Egypt. And just like Egypt was brought down, right, by the Heavenly Father, it was plagued, it was destroyed, it was showed that the power of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is greater. All right, our staff turned into a serpent which ate their serpents with an S. All right, the sorcerers, the witchcrafts are brought low. This place is being brought low. All right, hey, one of those enchantments of Egypt is that woman shit. Bowing down, serving a woman. What's that? Michael Jackson, Remember the Time? He's trying to impress the damn bitch. Entertain me. All right, that's what this place is about, man. You go to a club, you go to any of these facilities, that's what Jake is into, trying to be here to entertain the damn bitch. In that spirit of Egypt. All right, that mother-son weird-ass relationship. Brothers, Egyptians was into some freaky, weird shit. They I don't know why they leave that out. That's why Esau was so fascinated with Egypt. Alexander the Great and his generals, and Ptolemy, who took over that particular portion of their empire. They were very fascinated by Egypt. They took calendar from Egypt and studied the gods and recreated those gods into those Greek and Roman gods. All those weird activities that you see those guys do, those are reimaginations of the Egyptian gods and Egyptian culture. Right? That's who that first false image of the Messiah, Serapis Christus, that's what he goes back to, the Ptolemies. They created that image, which later became Cesare Borgia. Right, so Egypt has been mingled for a long. That Egypt demon, oof. Which, hey, you look at Egypt now. Where's Egypt at now? Why isn't it flying ships and the pyramid light? No, because the Lord brought that place low. Fucked them up royally. They at that time. Right? Isaiah 19:25, whom the Lord shall bless, saying, verse 24, to get the point, in that day shall Israel be the third with Egypt and with Assyria, even a blessing in the midst of the land, whom the Lord of hosts shall bless, saying, blessed be Egypt, my people, and Assyria, the work of my hands, and Israel, mine inheritance. That's talking about the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. All right? That's talking about captivities of Jake. It refers to the southern kingdom as the Egyptian. It refers to the northern kingdom as the Assyrian. Right, then Isaiah 19:2 is talking about, matter of fact, let's start at verse 1. The burden of Egypt, which is talking about this place. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. So why would Egypt basically be destroyed? And then later on at the end, he said, blessed be Egypt. Now he's talking about those people who were in that captivity, specifically the Israelites. All right, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Yeah, and these people about to go to war. And you niggas in the way are going to be a casualty of war if you don't get your head out your ass. All right, where's the prophet? What has Egypt profited? That's why the scriptures say, drink water out of your own cisterns. All right, look at, who was it? Wesley Snipes. All right, which when he did Blade, I think it was called, okay, here it is. Amin Ra Films is a film production and distribution company founded by Wesley Snipes that co-produced the Blade film series. And that was the name of it. That was the energy behind it. That was the magic he was tapped into, right? But look at him now. It has some decent films in it. 1998 through 2004. But look at him now. Right, look at him now. Now the shit didn't boom, didn't blossom. Here it is, because that's what shit made the damn Marvel cinematic thing, was basically, Wesley Snipes' Blade. And then now he can't even get a role in Hollywood. All right, going to show you that you ain't tapped in with your power. All right, verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, said the Lord of hosts. And that's what you see, man. The spirit of Egypt is failing. And that's what this shit has been from the beginning, man. A giant pyramid scheme. The people on top, they're getting richer. You on the bottom, they're making it harder on you. You're getting poor. All right, these people stacked up enough for 1,000 lifetimes. And you got Jake, making 6 figures living check to check. But we know this all through the spirit, because you always had Jake trying to go back into that spirit of Egypt. Jake saw the Red Sea part, the ground was dry, manna come from heaven, quails come out of nowhere in the wilderness, Egypt being destroyed. That chariot followed the camp around, that light by night, cloud by day. The river turned to blood. The Egyptians, all of their cattle being killed off and them being plagued. And then as soon as Moses left, they got an error. Hey, you need to make this golden calf. What about the leeks, the garlic? Man, the Egyptians. That was probably Polite himself. All right, hey, this is Psalms 37 and 28. And this is why the 2/3 have to go. Because it's just a perverse seed. And when you really, really research Egypt, some of the weird homoerotic shit that was going on, it just make you say, really? This is who these niggas want to be like? All right, for the Lord loveth judgment and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. The righteous shall inherit the land and dwell therein forever, and that's the land of Israel. All right, why when Esau came to Africa, was Jake all the way in West Africa? Why weren't they in Egypt? It said, the mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. The law of his power is in his heart, none of his steps shall slide. The wicked watcheth the righteous, and seeketh to slay him. And we know that. All right, we know doing these lessons and going out, it's a lot of niggas watching who hate us because they know we speak the truth. All right, Sadnetta being a prime example. For years, he was a hater, a scoffer. Oh, these wicked niggas, GMS, and these nigga rapists, and blah, blah, blah. And now everything is all good. Because that money dried up. You know, people, when they first started, you know, he had a little run. Right, people wanted to come in here, debate. They wanted to pay that money. And you started to see his production equipment start to get better. His cameras, you know. They started to rent out venues and shit. And then at a certain point, that shit started to dry up. Because there's no wisdom in that. All right, what dynasty of Egypt do you descend from? What did the Egyptians say of prophecy? Like, where's the proverbs, the wisdom of the Egyptians that's been preserved? See, the Lord blessed his people with their heritage. He blessed us with this. We have a sure, you know, word of prophecy. The Lord really allowed this word to go into Esau's hands, and for him to think that it was his, reprint it, recreate it, preserve it, and then for us to grab it back and to use it to show exactly that he's the devil and that we're the children and the chosen people of God. Yeah, the Lord really did that. The Lord really did that. Meanwhile, in Egypt, it's a bunch of Arabs and old ass stone monuments that people used to pray to, but now a bunch of Arabs smoke Newports on and get $20 a head to ride by on a damn camel in the middle of 100 degrees of a fucking desert. Through. All right, hey, Psalms 37 and 33. The Lord will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Wait on the Lord and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree, yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yea, I sought him, but he could not be found. And we're coming to that time, man, where the wicked are gonna know, man, being wicked don't pay. All right, these niggas are gonna learn the hard way, because this place is about to get hit with famine, get hit with different troops, lockdowns. And this time I can see they're anticipating a fight this time. You know, last time they pulled that science bullshit and then, you know, caught people off surprise, so everybody just kind of went with it. You know, they deleted a lot of videos. You know, they were able to silence, you know, the airwaves mostly. And that's part of Esau's warfare. All right, but now, you know, they understand that, hey, this time it might be some pushback, because people have actually been able to research it, been able to catch it, and we knew from the jump what it was, because we were able to go into the scriptures and see. But now, like I said, the science is coming out. It's coming out that the stuff that they were giving people was untested, and you know, that for some reason they just cleared certain things, and you know, Trump had invested in a patent or invested in the cure before the damn disease actually came out. which was odd. All right, yeah, they're in the way of Egypt. And see, Jake, and scriptures talk about giving yourself to things that are profitable. Jake can sit here in Egypt, they have all, paintings on the wall, and I'm a pharaoh of this, and young pharaoh, that bull, all this shit. And you're not even getting rich off the shit. The people who get rich off it is Esau. All right, you got what's that in New York, that one obelisk, and then it has like a sister obelisk. I forget where it's at. I think it's in London. But you got obelisks everywhere, man. DC, London, up here in Chicago. Of course, they got different names to them, but it's all the same. All right, Esau is the one who set himself to be God. He set himself to be Pharaoh. All right, this is what's going to happen to him, man. He passed away, and lo, he was not. Yea, I sought him, but he could not be found. And just like Nebuchadnezzar, just like all these different other kings before who came at the minute of the Lord, who thought that they could win because they were given power for a moment, you Edomites, you're going to be crushed. All right, your own devices are going to come back on your own head, just like Egypt. Just like polite. All right, you sicko. And see, Jake think this is a game. This is like a word war, semantical game. And, oh, no, brother, let me give my argument, and let me give my thesis, and then let me go. Look, man, nobody trying to hear that bullshit, man. All right, when I see a man void of understanding, basically the scriptures tell you, man, leave that person alone. The Egyptians worship stocks and stones. They worship idols. The Pharaoh, the king, when it was time for him to be buried, they took gold. They were buried with wine. All right, all kind of shit. They had cats, different canopic jars with different organs, and like I said, gold. They like, shit, I'm taking this with me. So that when I get to the underworld, I can, my heart can be weighed. If it's heavier than a feather, nigga, all of that shit is still in that tomb. Esau digs it up and then puts that in a museum and charges people to see. Some withered up ass Hamite who thought that he was doing something. Now look at him. It's a tomb. It's a coffin. All right, the ways of death. So hey, what does it say? All those who seek death. Matter of fact, hey, Proverbs 7:26, talking about this. Say verse 1. I'm gonna jump through it. My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Verse 4, say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words. All right, that's that false doctrine. And they said she had what? Verse 16, I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, with carved works, with fine linen of Egypt. I've perfumed my bed, this is her speaking, with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love unto the morning. Let us solace ourselves with loves. Yeah, verse 26, for she hath cast down many wounded, Yea, many strong men have been slain by her. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. All these other ways, when you want out of understanding, you go in the ways of death. You got Jake with these pyramid man, got Jake with these gangs and pyramids and see, this is the way right here. Yeah, brother, like Chicago, and they huge on Egypt, huge on Moorish science and all this other shit. That shit is the way of death. Hasn't profited not in one way, hasn't conquered in any way. All right, where with this word it says we are more than conquerors. This word is about to be seen as the most profitable thing in the entire planet, and we have it, man. Call Allah, you mean how about Shimmy Awashai, by Shimmer Kakadash. Lord, witness edifying. Shalom.